and we've been hearing a lot lately about dozens of other habitable planets being discovered. And today, NASA is hosting a discussion panel about these habitable planets that are just a short, 10, 20 or so light years away from us. So RT correspondent Megan Lopez joined us earlier from NASA, and I first asked her if we were close to finding another life form in our solar system.
We're absolutely closer, and I think that is the word, is closer but not close enough. The reason we're closer is because technology has developed so much. So what these panelists have really taken the time to do today was to disseminate some of the technological advances that they are achieving right now and that they are shooting for in the future, and kind of breaking down what they're hoping to gain from each one. Now, obviously, there are a number of challenges that face each one of these new technological advances, but scientists Sarah Seeger kind of breaks down for us what the chances are of us finding life on another planet.
What are the chances that the James Webb will find signs of life? And so I will answer it in two ways. In one way, we have to get really lucky. Every small star has to have a planet in its habitable zone, and each of those planets, most of them would have to have life, and most of that life would have to actually generate a byproduct gas that could fill the atmosphere. And the second way that I'd like to answer it, which I'd like you to walk away with, is that with the James Webb, we have our first chance, our first capability of finding signs of life on another planet. Now nature just has to provide for us.
So as she said, nature has to provide the way, and she said also that luck is a matter in that. But more importantly, what humans can control is the technology.
Well, check out this video from southeast China as Typhoon Ramasun was making landfall as a Category 4 equivalent typhoon. That means it had sustained winds up close to 150 miles an hour, and this was a very well put together storm. Look at this satellite imagery, very high resolution stuff here from MODIS, and you can see as it zoomed in, this was a very compact, very well put together storm, almost like a buzzsaw as it moved on into the eastern part of Hainan Island in southeast China.
The southeast has shivered through one of its coldest mornings, with temperatures plummeting in many places to below freezing. And for one Brisbane suburb, it was the coldest start to the day in 7 years. Jesse Grayson reports.
If you didn't take an extra blanket to bed, you woke up wanting one. Brisbane dropped to a brisk 6.9 degrees overnight, our coldest morning in 10 months.
Most of the places around the southeast were about 5 to 7 degrees below average.
Archerfield smashed a 7-year record with a minimum of 1.7. That's quite warm considering what happened west of here. Ipswich and Beaudesert froze with the mercury dropping to 2 below zero. Amberley hasn't seen a colder start in 3 years. At Oakey, it was minus 4.2. Warwick, Stanthorpe and Applethorpe were even colder at minus 5. Residents waking up to white ice, especially on the ground.
Another roasting hot day here in British Columbia. New records are being set as temperatures near 40 degrees inland. And with that heat, a reminder from doctors that some of us are more vulnerable than others. Farah Morali explains.
We're just resting the top of Columbia.
If you thought today was hot, try cycling 130 kilometers up these hills.
Tour to White Rock, road race winner.
That's what cyclists did today in the Tour to White Rock. With the humidity, temperatures soared to 33 degrees.
West tonight, still in the grip of an epic drought. This picture says it all. On the left there, the bright green, that's artificial grass. On the right, that's the real stuff. completely burned up. And tonight, the new restrictions for millions of families when it comes to their water. ABC's David Wright with those on patrol as firefighters work to knock down those fires raging in the dry conditions.
Across the West, more than 20 wildfires burning. The landscape a tinderbox because of the worst drought in more than a century. Water reservoirs are bone dry. Nevada's Lake Mead at its lowest point since they built the Hoover Dam.
We need water. We're going to have to get water.
In California, the crisis is so bad that for the first time, officials are imposing mandatory statewide water restrictions. As of August 1st, it's illegal to let your sprinklers flow into the street. Illegal to hose down sidewalks and driveways. Illegal to use an open hose to wash your car. Scofflaws face fines up to $500 a day.
Roads turned into rivers today in Denton and Cook counties. Storms dumped up to a foot of rain in some areas in just a matter of hours. It was so bad, the flooding shut down I-35 there, and the area is still under a flash flood warning. Jocelyn Lockwood, live now in Valley View. Jocelyn, what do you see?
You know, Deanna, we are along Interstate 35 on the service road, and I want you to take a look at something. As you can see here, high waters moving very, very rapidly continue to push across the service road. And in fact, it is pushing a large ball of debris. You can see that entanglement of trees there. It's beginning to slowly push it out into the roadway. Now, the Valley View Police Chief tells me earlier today the water was nearly up to an interstate bridge. He estimates it quickly rose 15 to 20 feet in the area. It's no wonder so many motorists were caught off guard.
On and off downpours have made for a soggy weekend, from flooded roadways and basements to the cancellation of Saturday's Taste of Chicago out here in Grant Park. We're all just hoping to dry out today. Eyewitness News reporter Diane Bathy was live in Grant Park with more on that controversial decision to cancel the Taste yesterday. Diane?
And Ben, it certainly was not an easy one, and everyone will be thankful for Phil's forecast today of it being dry, because it is dry this morning, and they're hoping that the fact that it could dry out all day today means that they can reopen. That is the plan anyway, because for the very first time in its 34-year history, the Taste of Chicago had to cancel because of the heavy rain that posed a threat for the people who were here. They will be back up and running again, and vendors do hope they make up for those lost sales. The heavy rains, though, did really make a mess all across our viewing area. In Garden Homes, which is in unincorporated Cook County, it started to come down heavy early in the morning. It's basically a southwest suburb, flooding out homes, even threatening the local fire station there. Sandbags could barely keep up. In southwest suburban Burbank, several blocks from 81st Street to 85th along Narragansett, almost completely underwater. One man and his son had to be rescued after their car got stuck in the middle of the road. Public works officials shut down the area for several hours while they drained the streets, and some drivers even drove on the sidewalk to avoid all of that standing water.
Now, if you were to ask people, quick, name a state that has earthquakes, just about everybody would say California, which is true. But actually, there is another state that recently eclipsed California when it comes to seismic activity: Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, earthquakes are in the news.
Having an earthquake right now. Our light's shaking quite a bit here. It is.
The day we arrived, there were 3 earthquakes, magnitude 3.0 or greater, before lunch.
But these 3 were all before noon today.
That's right.
Turns out that's nothing.
We've had probably 100 earthquakes in total today already.
Most of those are hardly felt, but they are getting stronger.
It's truly remarkable. We've never seen anything like this. This is completely unprecedented.